And we're live on Scottie McClue's live for you. We're live streaming on YouTube, the world's great streaming platform. Welcome, 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 I say. Friday night, of course, nothing gets past me. And it's so lovely to have you all with me. What a fantastic stream we had last night and have had for the last 70 or so streams. I mean, they just have been outstanding. As you know, we started this during lockdown, just a bit of fun. Everybody has come and joined us, thousands upon thousands of you. Yes, absolutely. I checked all the figures today and they are very, very, very impressive. That's down to you guys. How fantastic is that? And we've become quite a little squad, as we say. We get together. Now, let's just see what's happening here. I think if we can get down to the sharing fairly sharpish, that would be a good thing. Do you agree? Do tell. And did you get advance notification of the fact that Scottie McClue was going live at 8 o'clock sharp tonight? Yes. Spill the beans, I say. Right, who have we got here? The wonderful Stephen Douglas. Good evening, Scottie. Hope you're well liked and shared. Watching your podcast from 3:30 this morning. Dinky-Doo. Yes, I was just going up to bed. I'd done a bit of work and I was just going up to bed and I thought, do you know, it'll be very interesting to see who's actually about at this time. So we just popped on at 3:30 in the morning and within seconds it was 4:30. You know, that's just how quick it goes. Wonderful, wonderful. The 3:30 show was good. Hope there's more to come. Professor Knockheed, what were you doing around at that time? Liam Connolly. Hello, Scottie. How are you? I'm here 25 minutes before the stream starts. A bit of a change. How fantastic is that, J-Dog? Well done. Did you get all your advance warnings today? Couple of them. Hi, everyone, says Stephen Douglas. Dinky-Doo. Stephen says, you must be shattered after your late stream earlier, Scottie. Take it easy. Oh, yes, I'll not be doing it every night. It was just a bit of a one-off, but it was most interesting, and it is the most gorgeous little stream. Lovely, lovely people coming and joining us. There we are. Here we all are, the lads, says Thomas. The lads and the lassies, Thomas, of course. We mustn't be sexist. Welcome, welcome. And I'm well, thanks, Thomas, says Stephen Douglas. Fantastic. Hello there, Chinas, says the wonderful, outstanding Alistair Campbell. Outstandingly clever Alistair Campbell, I say. Now then, what I was going to say to you, I think if we do a bit of sharing early doors, it would be a good idea. How are you, Scottie? I'm fine, Tam. I've had a superb day. And I popped up at 3:30 this morning, live on YouTube. You should see it there. And it was just outstanding to meet so many interesting people at that time in the morning, the middle of the night. But I did an all-nighter, Stuart Clark. Yes, I just, you know, I mean, I've done many, many, many all-nighters in my life, as you well know. But it was just very interesting. I thought I was about to go to bed and I thought, I wonder who's about at this time of night, if anyone. And I thought, well, if you don't go on, McClue, you won't know. You will not find out. So we did, and it was very interesting. I'll check out to see what the crake is. Do, Tam. It was very, very good. You know, it was fantastically good because there was just a small number of us, of course, but it just felt huge to be there. We felt there was a lot of bonding going on. It was very, very interesting with one gentleman who was very ill with COVID. And, you know, that was just incredible. A lovely lady who is a carer as well, a full-time carer for her husband. So it was just a moment of life, as we say with Scottie McClue. You know, it's a moment of life. You miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. Just watch your health, Scottie. Oh, yes, absolutely, Stephen. No, it was really just to find out, as I say, it was a little experiment, you know, and it was very nice. So that's 2 huge shows. But remember, we did start off doing a morning show and a night show until I realized that 4 hours of me talking was a lot for the nation and for all nations, but also quite a lot for my my voice, you know. So there we are. But thank you, Stephen. It's very kind of you. Thank you for your concern and your interest. I will take note. Evening, Lord McClue, Dinky-Doo, says the Archie. What a wonderful man. Lovely to have you with us, the Archie. Now, guys, let's see if we can get our figures higher than ever tonight. Whoever has McClue has the market. If Lou Grade was alive, McClue would never be off our television screens. It's if Lou Grade was alive today. It's interesting. McClue would never be off our television screens. And it's true, if I'd gone in to see Lou in the days when I worked at ITV, and I could have said, could I see Lord Grade, please? You know, she said, what's it about? Said it's about programming, live programming. If you just have a seat, we'll see what we can do for you. And then I wouldn't be surprised if either I got shepherded up to the office in Birmingham or London, or he appeared down at my elbow and said, "Hi, what can I do for you?" I said, "Oh, Lou, I wondered if you're looking for a live entertainer on your television station. So what sort of thing do you do? What do you offer?" Wonderful. Linda Thane, Anna last night on the phone wants to ask you, would you go on a quiz show like Millionaire or The Chase? Well, Linda, I would go on it, but I don't know how good I would be. I watch both. It's very interesting. And also, I'll tell you, I watch Pointless. Thomas Pedden says Kareem is in the bath. How Thomas knows this, I don't know. Where's Catherine and Kareem and the usual squad? I think people come and go, so that's the whole thing. Seen an article about pubs maybe to close again. Absolutely, yes. Guys, can we have about 10 likes, please? Can you see the likes? See if you can see the likes. We'll see the likes of that again. Yes, they may close again. And of course, the schools go back this week. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Linda Thane, that's fantastic. Tell Anna she is absolutely lovely and it's delightful to hear from her. And McClue sends his very best. So there we go. Wonderful. Scottie, I wish you'd get on either TV or radio just to top up your legacy. Yes, the Archie, I would like to do that while I'm still alive. Have you noticed that in show business, they give you accolades usually after you're dead, after you've passed away? They say, "Oh, it was a one-off, you know, we'll not see the likes of him again, you know." I was kind of droll. It was very funny, actually, the more I think about it. He never billed himself as a comedian, but he was a very, very funny man, you know. But I want to go while they can get the same guy on that comes on when every comedian passes away. Professor Numptyhead, if you don't get 250,000 on Millionaire, then you should sue your school. Well, if I get help from you, Numptyhead, I would maybe get up to £100. Evening, Craig, says Stephen Douglas. She says you have vast knowledge. She's very kind as our Anna, as you well know, Linda, you know what I mean? But I do have a bit of knowledge because I come from the days that there was no internet. So there we are. But the Archie, yes, it would be wonderful. I think I did say to a commercial television company, think about it, and they said, "Scottie, all this, we're not looking for anything at the moment." But I thought this would get you through your lockdown. If we were doing what we're doing right now on an independent television company, it would be huge, absolutely huge. I can tell you. There we are. And if it wasn't, then why would it not be? Do you know what I mean? There we go. Fantastic. Please tell Anna I'm asking for her. The Chasers are great as well on The Chase. Evening, Craig Cochrane's this time. Everyone like, yes. I need a dozen likes, guys. So if you look for the wee thumbs up and just click it, you'll see it. Now, where will you see it? At the top of the chat? Do you need to move the chat or can you see it? The one I've got here right now, that one is, and I can tell you, yes, I've got it just to the right there. Okay, I've got it to the right. Has anybody else got the like to the right? Okay, just below, can you see a picture of me talking? And below that, to the right, you should have likes. One of these. Which way does it go? Is that way, is it? Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I'm giving it the wrong way. Or is it that way? Which looks the right way to you? Is it better like that? Or is it better like that? Like that? Do you see what I just did there? Fantastic. So there we go. Evening, Craig, says Stephen Douglas. She says you have vast knowledge, says Linda Thane. Oh, my goodness me. The First Minister's determined at all costs to get the kids back in school. Yes, but, I mean, is that coming from the First Minister only? She has to make the announcement, but is there pressure coming from elsewhere as well? Because at first it was, we will see. So there we are. Thomas says, the SNP are managing the pandemic wonderfully. Well, I wouldn't just say it's the SNP, Thomas. It's not really political. I would say the Scottish government are managing the pandemic wonderfully. So there you are. That's what I would say. Absolutely. Health should come before education at the moment. Well, yes, I mean, you can have a gap. Thomas, the SNP are great, says Stephen Douglas. Yes, but the Scottish government are great. You know what I mean? The fact they happen to have a lot of the SNP there, fair enough. Schools go back next, although my kids are only in one day. It's not till the following week. They're back full time. So there we are. Well, look what happens in pubs and things like that. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Someone got the yellow card on the 3:30 a.m. stream for too much football chat. Actually, they did, Professor Nupty, but remember, I was also demonstrating the cards. I was saying we do have the cards, and we've got that one. And, if there was anything outrageous, we've got that one. And if there's a problem, we've got that one, I don't think we've ever had to use a red card on here. Guys, we haven't shared. We have not shared. What is going on? We have not shared. Please. Have I put too much stuff in there? I wonder. I think I have. I think what I'll do, and there we are. Right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to not put too much blurb in because you've seen so much blurb. So there we. Does anybody feel they're getting spammed on Scottie McClue's Facebook and anything? We do want to check all that. Oh, have you seen the new thumbnails on some of the videos, and do you like them? Okay, I want to know about that. There's that word like popping up again. Right, I'm just going to share now, guys, and then we know we've shared. And what I'll put Scottie McClue live now, and we will do our stuff. Scottie McClue live now. There we are. Wonderful. Well, folks, if we don't manage to build the stream, it's not for want of trying. Would you agree? Would you agree that we have all tried our best, including my good self? And, if we don't get a big audience, then at least we've tried. We've told it like it is. I think there's so many things on. And also remember, most people don't know that this is on. They just don't. Scottie McClue's live now. And then, why don't I put in click? How much do you have to simplify it for people these days? YouTube.com /user /Scottie McClue 1. There we are. So we'll see what's what. Yes, and right. I'm going to take a wee copy of that as well. Okay. Oh, it's gone. It disappeared on me. What does that mean? It just disappeared. I wonder if it's gone. I wonder if it's shared. I don't think it did. I'll try again. And if you can all do the same, that would be fantastic. No, you've all been absolutely amazing. Now, if I have to return to the day job, you know, we might have to take a break with the stream or whatever, but I think we'll find some solution so that we do pop up and get together. If you like it as much as everybody seems to like it, and as much as I like it, then, you know, it's worth doing, I think. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. And we do this well, all of us. Right. There we are. I've had to repeat this exercise because it just disappeared on me. / user / Scottie McClue 1. That's the stuff. Now you're talking. Okay. Right, that's that gone in there, so that should help a little bit. Now, what have we got here? So, Numpty Heed, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I forgot yellow card for us, Stephen Douglas. You can't mention political parties on here. I was timed out for mentioning one a few nights ago. Absolutely, because there's all these other parties. Do you agree, though, that perhaps the other parties would be better going for Scottish independence in the Scottish Parliament, dropping terms like unionist? Because it's hardly popular, you know, and what does it mean, you know? I think there are so few benefits for Scotland in the Union. And I was seeing the other day a politician saying how they'd given a grant of money of whatever it was, you know. And I said, yeah, but bearing in mind Scotland's given Westminster a grant of 60 billion. You know, it amazes me. Some MP goes, do you see what I've managed to get back for you? So there we are. Sorry for mentioning a political party. Right, we'll call it quits at that, guys. No political parties. My thumb is on the left. My light thumb is on the left. Is it that way when you're looking at it, or is it that way when you're looking at it? That's what we wonder. Sorry, I mentioned them. I'm bad. Stephen Douglas, you are far from bad. Right, 11 minutes of sharing. I'm back. I'll share some more in a few minutes. Catherine Raven, hello, everybody. Hope we're all well tonight. Catherine Raven, lovely to have you with us. And who was one of the voices McClue spoke to at 4 o'clock this morning? Catherine Raven. She was still up. I thought you'd been to your bobos. I don't have a thumb, says Linda Thane. You can't see a wee thumb that says like just below the picture, Linda. Hello, Catherine. You've got wonderful thumbs. Look at what you do. Linda, did you hear me play the box for you last night? I wondered maybe you'd had to go and you'd missed it. Hello, Scotty. How are we tonight? Kareem Zachariah. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Linda. Yes, the thumbnails are great. You can find streams so much easier with the pics. Stephen Douglas, I've got it now. I know you think, McClue, you're supposed to be one of the world's great geniuses. You can't work out that a different thumbnail would help, you know, that sort of idea, but we're getting there. Tam says, Catherine Raven, you are late. No punishment, though, Catherine. If you miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. That's punishment enough. It is. You know, people have suffered enough if they've missed McClue. Absolutely. Hello, Kareem, says Stephen. Hi, Stephen. I'll tell you, one of the thumbnails has got a picture of Mr. Blobby. Do you remember Mr. Blobby? Hi, Stephen, says Kareem. I hope you're well. Oh, guess what? I'm late again. Lol. Hello, all. Davy Young. Tut, tut, tutty, tut, 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 tut. But no row, because you've suffered enough. What makes you late, Dave? Have you got other things to do, far more important things to do? If you had, I would understand. You know, I would find it strange, but I would understand. Or are you just one of life's roll along the turnip tops of the hedges? You know, that sort of idea. I'd like to, Craig Cochrane, our wonderful stand-up and sit-down comedian, I'd like to start with a chimney joke. I've got a stack of them, and the first one's on the house. Fantastic. All right, here's one for you, Craig. Chimney joke. McClue's chimney joke. What did the big chimney say to the little chimney? You're too young to smoke. Professor Numpty, the three-legged dog, walks into a bar and says, I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. Numpty, we love it. We love you. Goodwin Craig, says Stephen Douglas. Hi, Stephen, says Linda Thane. Jerry Boy, hi, Scottie. I hope you're doing good. Jerry Boy, it was lovely to talk to you at 3:30 this morning. Very, very interesting. I think it's your right thumb, says the wonderful Welly Song. Good evening, Welly Song, and welcome. Welcome to Welly Song. And you think it's actually that one, Welly Song. If I hold that there, does it look like the wee like symbol below the big picture of McClue? Is that right? So there we are. If we can do some more likes, that would be fantastic. I did miss it. Play it again. Oh, Linda. I don't know if I could manage it for you. I'll play it now if you're still there. If Linda's still there, I'll play her the tune. So there we are. Right. Oh. Right, Linda. Here's the wee box so that people don't think I'm actually just miming. And I'll play you the one I played. I hope I get it right, though, because the problem is, as you know, when you have to perform because somebody ran away and missed it. There we go. Fantastic stuff. So that's for the lovely Linda. I actually think it was better last night. There were fewer errors in it. But it's just to give you a wee taste, Linda, to see what you think of my wee box, So there we go. Alistair Campbell is smiling. Punish, says Catherine Raven. I'll have to rewatch the first 20 minutes. Shared around the world. Fabulous, Catherine. If we can all share. I'd love that to go through the 40 tonight. See if we could do it. You can't beat old jokes, says Davy Young. Well, you can, but we love them because we all know them. I remember sitting in an audience, and it was an audience of radio people. And this poor comedian had been hired, and the poor soul, he left the stage, actually. He couldn't take it. As soon as he started, he told a joke, and then somebody shouts out, "Tell us one we know." It was all that, and the poor soul gave it up. How'd you make a bandstand take away? How'd you make a bandstand take away the chairs? The thumbnails are a lot of fun. Welly Song, I'm glad you approve. I took on board what you were saying, and I was feeling a bit, for goodness sake, I've just got to the trouble of putting them all up the same. But then I thought, no, let's just do it. I'll do what Welly Song says, and we can try it. If it doesn't work, but I think it will work. Catherine Raven, you're a top woman, says Thomas. Absolutely, Thomas. Ha, Stephen. Craig. That was a lovely surprise during the night. I felt like Isa tried to keep a secret from the clansmen. What in the clansmen there? I am here. So there we are. Did you get it, Linda? My jokes, I tell, are for after 9 p.m. club. Too naughty for on here. Oh, Davy, we mustn't. We are a family show. A good, clean family show. With a wee bit of smut flung in, of course. When I see the photo this morning, I thought the dog was coming on. Yes, McClue is busy. He's gone to a meeting. The dog will take on. Oh, all that for an hour. Wonderful. Hello, Erin, says Catherine. Hello, says Erin. Timmy Doc will be worried that you will take the place in Shabin after that performance on the accordion. Oh, Thomas. No, it's not. Hi, Linda. I hear that music and all I can think of is the program when the boat comes in from the year ago. Who will have a fishy on a little dishy? When the boat comes in. Yes, that was Northeast. That was lovely, Scottie. Many thanks. Not at all, Linda. I mean, I am obviously apologetic for all the wee errors and things like that, because I'm really just an autodidact. I'm no great shakes on it. But that was the little button, key melodeon. And as you well know, you get a different sound when you're going in from the one when you're going out. So it's that sort of thing. A pleasure to speak to you, Scottie. I'm a bit of a night owl. You certainly are, Jerry boy. You were right on your mettle at 4 o'clock this morning. Hi, Catherine, says Linda. The audio is a bit crackly, Scottie. Anybody else got crackly audio, guys? No need to keep an eye on the numbers as there's football on just now, Scottie. Ah, right. So they'll all be watching the football. 22 guys kicking a ball up and down a field is far more interesting than an intellectual discussion with McClue. I'm quite sure it is. Do you think we're a wee bit highbrow on here? We've certainly got a lot of intelligent people on it. So there we are. I hear the cracking too, Catherine. I hope you're well, Linda, says Catherine. Anybody else got crackling? Wonder what's causing that. I don't think it's anything at this end. Very well, thanks, Catherine. Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Thomas. You're a top man, says Catherine. I took up tap dancing, but I had to give it up. I kept falling in the sink. Ah, Magnus, very, very good. I always say to people, I was a tremendous tap dancer until my accident. And people get very concerned and go, what happened? You say, I fell in the sink. McClue tells all these old jokes and some new ones. Good. Known as the sook and the blaw, the same as the mouthy. Absolutely, Alistair Campbell. I could give you a wee rendition on the mouthy, but the only drawback I have is I don't have a mouthy. So there we are. Magnus! Fantastic. Davy Young has taken his message down. It was maybe a wee bit fresh for this time of night. Right, so we know, let's do more sharing, guys. So we now know that if there's football on, then McClue loses his audience of the guys to the football. That's where they all go. But they might be watching as well. I told you we saw a difference in people watching to who we get on here. Had several thousand in one day had been on the site. I thought that was very interesting. So there we go. Right, just going to share again. If you can all do the same, that would be outstanding. I'll have a wee kick around the corner, and that's us there. I'll share to the big Scottie McClue page, as always, guys. I think that's a bit of a winner. It just lets everybody know it's on. And, of course, it takes a wee while. Folk aren't going to tune in instantaneously. They're going to go, where is it? Let me see. Click on that. I've got the football playing on the TV mute and McClue on the laptop. What game's on? Yes, I'll maybe put on the football and we'll watch that together. Would that be a good idea? I could put the telly on the laptop and just put the camera on there. The wonderful Anita Page from California has joined us. Anita, I am so glad to see you. 2 reasons. One, it's always lovely to see you, and we thoroughly appreciate you joining us. And the other is I was beginning to wonder if maybe people weren't able to see me in America. But you're watching in California, Man City versus Real Madrid. Oh, well, that's going to be a killer for McClue's stream, that, isn't it? Everybody's going to be glued to that. But they should have McClue on as well. So can you text it and say, attention, football fans, you should be watching McClue as well. I'm going to actually type that in right now, see what happens. I'm going to actually say, attention, football fans, make sure you're also watching Scottie McClue. That's what's going in there. Right, and I'll just put that in there, and then I'll put in capital letters, attention all football fans, you should also be watching Scottie McClue on live stream. Scottie McClue live stream on your phones, laptops, PCs, etc. There we are. Attention all football fans, you should also be watching Scottie McClue live stream on your phone, PCs, etc. Right, so that is going to, where is this going? This is going to a group. I'll send this to the Scottie McClue group, and we can see that. That's what's happened there, because we've just lost another half dozen people that are off to watch the football. No problem at all. We don't all watch the football, of course. So this is going to, right. So Scottie McClue's fan group has just got that message, guys. Attention all football fans, should also be watching Scottie McClue. Good. Right, that's excellent. We can get that going. 5 have gone off in the past few minutes rather than be on the stream. I saw that, Stephen Douglas. I only watch Scottish football, says Stephen. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. Oops. No, Craig, I think you did blow it, but that's commercial activity. So don't you take the hit for that. You know, the fact you said it was such a big game. Who did you say it was? Man U and Man City versus Real Madrid. So everybody's going to disappear and watch that right now. So yes, you did clobber McClue's stream, but oops, you know, that's their loss. We shall carry on with the stream. Not a problem. And in fact, I'm also going to pop that back onto Facebook again with that instruction at the top and see if anybody realizes it. Yes, because I do not think that no matter who's playing, you know, I do not think that even if it's Rangers and Celtic, McClue still has a place in his streaming. So I'm going to send that out to them as well. So that's going out to the news feed. Fantastic. I'll take a stern yellow card, Scotty Lol. No, Craig, don't worry. You know, it's very important that we get down to the raw. And if people prefer football, then do I change my time or do I just make a stance and press on? That's what it's about. I mean, listen, the Edinburgh Festival would have been starting today, you know, and it's not on. So people might have been going away to the festival. So McClue might have lost viewers to the Edinburgh Festival, you see. I was checking something there. I hope the last from Salkits is found. Oh, yes, absolutely, Davey. Yes, indeed. But we can't talk about these sort of things. But yes, I do hope so. Absolutely. So there we are. So Stanley yellow card, absolutely, yes. We don't do the big news stuff, Davey, as you know, and we also can't talk about stuff when it's actually live and going on. So there we go. Fantastic. Right. Now, what else have we got? Oh, yes, I think we'll do a tweet as well. I think that's important. So we'll do a tweet and we'll talk about the football. Wonderful. The wonderful David Lafferty has joined us. There you go. David Dinky-Doo is watching on, David's watching on, yes. Oh, this is this is fantastic. Right. So I'll just say we're live now. I'll put the top bit of this on. Now I'm going to do the tweet, guys, and I'll mention all the football clubs, I think, actually. So there we go. And I'll take this out. Okay. Right. Now this is good. I've got a tweet on the go here, folks, just to let you know. Yes. And that's it. Good. Excellent. And I'll just take this away. This is very, very good because if we can mention the clubs in the tweet, people will see as well. Is it a live game? Is it actually happening as we speak? You know, that sort of idea. I'll take that out. Oh, this is wonderful. This is absolutely incredible. Yes, absolutely incredible. Just perfect. And what I'll do is, yes, and I'll pop in the teams. So what did we say? Man City. Lovely Man City. That's fantastic. And what else have we got? And I'll put Real Madrid in as well. Right. So that's our tweet. Good. Right, guys, I'm going to tweet this now. If anybody's on Twitter, if you can go on to @ScotToThe and retweet this, @ScotToThe. Right, here we go. Now, what have we got here? Whoa, fantastic. Magnus, I get furious with them as Nicola did today with the Aberdeen players. Yes, the Aberdeen players, that wasn't too sensible, was it? Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Glenn Peacock. Lovely to have you with us. We're just pulling up all the football fans and I'm just about to tweet. And I want anybody who follows Scottie McClue on Twitter, if you can get on and retweet it. So there we are. But I have said, so we'll see what happens. Tillicoutre March, Glen's been badly flooded due to heavy downpours. So there we are, out in Tillicoutre, out at the hill foots there. Evening, Glen. The stream must go on, says Alistair Campbell. I agree, Alistair. There's always going to be competition for people's attention. But, I mean, if anybody knows that Scottie McClue's on and doesn't watch, then my goodness me, that's their problem, I would say. But we have pulled the football lot up, so get on and have a look at that on Twitter and see what you think. And I'll tell you how many people see it. All right, so there we are. I'm back, says Catherine, sharing, missing all the show, I shall cry. No, you're very, very busy. You're busy. Evening, Glenn, says Thomas. Craig Cochrane. Yes, it's live. It should finish around 9:45, unless it goes to extra time. If it goes to extra time, it's going to clash with the end of the stream. And then everybody going, right, I've no getting to do now. Is Scotty on? Oh, missed it. But they can always watch on the replay. Excuse me, time for a comfort break. Whoa. Fantastic. Yes, I mean, I think we like the stream. I always remember a friend, and we were sorting something out, and I said, but is anybody going to know that this is there? And he went, we know it's there. Something we're doing for the nation. Get Kareem, a good character to Skype, rather than watch golf to football, to be honest, to Stephen Douglas. Yes, I don't know, watching the golf. I like the commentators. I think the commentators are the ones that make it, regardless of what it is. Would it help if the regulars all shared? Oh, it certainly would, Catherine. Exactly, Catherine. Like, shared, and retweeted, Scottie. Job done, Craig Cochrane. You are a top man. So there we are. So that tweet has gone out there. So let's just see if anybody spots it. There we are. And is it definitely, have we definitely got the right teams? And is it a live match or is it one from the past? A blast from the past. So many people stream on Facebook and YouTube at this time. Maybe come on at 10 or later on Fridays and Saturdays. Catherine, what you'd get if I came on at 10, people say, sorry, Scottie, I think everybody's watching the big movie. James Bond's on. You know, that sort of idea. So there's always going to be something. We just need people to make up their own minds. You can't sort of insist that people watch. And what I've always loved is that people are watching or listening to Scottie McClue because that's what they want to do. They know it's the right thing to do. There we are. Well done, Craig. Absolutely. Great how when you watch snooker, the commentators whisper when someone's taking a shot. Well, yes, Davey, because they don't want to disturb them, you know? I mean, on the very rare occasions that I've played snooker, you know, I like to do a bit of larking about and entertain the others. So I'll say, yes, I think I can probably do one of my special tricks here. People go, what, rip the bays or something like that? We love it. Juventus versus Lyon. Oh, yes. Well, of course, everybody will be watching that one, Glenn. Absolutely. There's that as well. The During the Night one was great, says Catherine. Catherine, it really was. It was very special. And was I talking too quietly because I was aware it was so still in the night and I could sort of hear my voice coming back. So I was just kind of talking away to everybody like this. So there was probably more of a kind of intimacy from the audience point of view, that we were all together in it together at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, you know. So it was very interesting, but it was very good of you to join us because I know you were absolutely exhausted. So there we go. Just for those of you who missed it, I went on during the night at 3:30 in the morning and stayed on till, how long did I stay on? I think it was about an hour and a half. So so that'd be 4 o'clock. Yes, 4 o'clock. Sorry, 5 o'clock. No, it was nice and calm and the right tone of voice was lovely. Well, we had such nice people on. It was lovely to have Jean join us, you know, that sort of idea. So anybody, if you're wanting to hear the During the Night one, because we just started off, I mean, there was nobody there at first because it obviously takes a while for a stream to build. But I just get stuck in because I can't be bothered with people that sit going, just waiting to see, oh, are we live? Are we live now? All that. Can't be bothered with that nonsense. Catherine, go on Skype. Yes, Catherine, you should come on for a wee chat on the Skype. That would be lovely. So there we are. Right. That's the tweet out there, guys. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm also going to have a wee nip down here and see if I can just get something else on the go here as well. I think that would be marvelous. If you haven't followed us, feel free to follow me. We're live. That would be just tremendous. So we're absolutely live now. And what I think I'll do, I'll take that wee lot there. There, now we're talking. And lovely. Right, so I'll take that. I'll copy that. Then I'll pop down here. Attention all football fans. Somebody's very kindly retweeted it as well. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Well done, guys. So there we go. I'll just pop that in there. And I'll pop some more on here as well. Good. Right, I'm doing a bit more. I'm doing another tweet on the back of the other one. So stick with us. We're not quite there yet. And that would be just outstanding. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good. There we are. We're getting all that on. And I'll just put that. Oh, that's not going to work. Right. Okay. What else have I got here? Oh, yes. Yeah, because there are people live streaming all the time, aren't there? You know, I mean, you're going to get that. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. Now, if you're on Twitter, then do send that one round as well. I've just retweeted, and that would be fantastic. And I've given them a bit of a telling off, and I've also sent another retweet just below it. So if you can see that, 17,600 has seen my little video sitting there. Is that not wonderful? Feeling awfully tired tonight and sore head coming on. Been one of these days. Stephen Douglas, it may well be the weather. Can I have another 10 likes, please? Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Catherine, says Linda. What time was the late one, Scottie, and how long? We started at 3:30 in the morning and did an hour and a half. It was just ad hoc, Glenn. I was just about to go up. I'd been doing some work after last night's stream, and I was just about to go to bed. And I'd watched a bit of telly as well. I'd watched Inspector Morse. Wonderful. John Thaw and Kevin Whately, outstanding actors. So I'd watched that, and I was just about to go to bed. And I thought, I wonder who's around at this time of night. See if we can maybe pick up America or Canada. And I thought, well, McClue, you will not know unless you do it. So I just went, popped the lights on, and sat down and started to blether. And people came and joined me, and it was just a sheer delight from start to finish. I'm so glad I've done it. So there, I did sleep in a bit this morning, though. A wee easy one for tonight, says the wonderful Craig Cochran. Just get that in a minute. I'm missing all your stuff. Linda, go on Skype, says Stephen Douglas. You go on Skype, Stephen. Think it is, Scottie. I don't know how to Skype, says Linda. Stephen, try wet a cold tea towel and fold it. Put it across your head, says Catherine Raven. Catherine, you're miles ahead of Mrs. Beaton. Do you remember Mrs. Beaton's Household Management? I had a copy up on the shelf above the range when I stayed in the big flat in the West End. Craig Cochran says, a wee easy one for you tonight, Scottie. Which type of vehicle is spelt the same forwards and backwards? Which type of vehicle is spelt the same forward and backwards? Let me see. I would need to try something here. So it's not a rover, because that backwards would be a revor. So it's not that one. So let's see what type of vehicle is the same forwards as backwards. I mean, no, it's not a tank, because that would be a cant. So there we are. And there's no such word as can't, as we know. My dad never missed Inspector Morse. It's wonderful, isn't it? I remember the taxi driver going to the radio station to pick up the writer. At the time, it was all a buzz. Race car. Erin, is that right, Erin? You're something of a genius, aren't you? Fantastic. And Thomas is a very, very bright man as well. He sometimes doesn't do himself justice on here, you know. You just downloaded it from the Play Store, and it's like your phone, and then you type in Scottie.McClue and add as a friend, and you're or there ask someone to do it for you. Only takes a few seconds, Linda. There you are now, Linda. There's Catherine telling you to get a real grip here on the old latest technology. There we are. So there's a free version of Skype, and you download it from the Play Store. You make sure you've got the free one, and then you can put in my handle, which is Scottie.McClue. Fantastic. Well done, Erin. Absolutely, race car. What type of vehicle? A race car. I think that's brilliant, guys. Well done, Aaron. Top stuff. Now, who do we have here? Thanks, Catherine. It's wonderful. No, it's just sometimes you get caught up in these things. You know you've seen it before. But funnily enough, with Inspector Morse, although I've seen it before, I can't necessarily remember the ending. You know, it's always interesting who done it. Have you chosen a clip for tonight? Of course I have, Stephen Douglas. We've always got a clip for tonight, no problem at all. And we'll be getting that a wee bit later. Am I banned, says Thomas. Thomas, why would you be banned? What have you possibly done that could get you banned? And if you were banned, you wouldn't be coming on asking me, would you? You wouldn't be able to. Fantastic. So they are. So no, you are not banned. Who was saying the sound was a wee bit crackly earlier? Is it still? Right, I need to have this audience doubled by the end of tonight. So you've got an hour and 10 minutes to double that audience. I thought my last two comments didn't appear. Well, they must appear. We maybe didn't read them out. No, you'd know if you were banned. You'd get told. You'd get a warning. He died in the finale, which broke my dad's heart. So there we are. Yes, absolutely. But did Inspector Frost not die? I seem to remember he won the police medal for bravery, and somebody put it in the box. Was that not right? So there we go. Wonderful. But John Thaw was an outstanding actor. Do you remember Good Night, Mr. Tom? There we are. Rumpole is Rumpole, Alistair Campbell. Rumpole, I think, isn't it? Rumpole of the Bailey was a superb series. Yes. Now, he was another outstanding actor as well. No doubt about it. Lewis took over Morse. Yes, and his endeavour not sort of early Morse when Morse was young. That sort of idea. Wonderful. But yes, and Lewis took over as well, absolutely. But the two of them, quite outstanding. He's always wanting a refreshment to the inspector. Ooh, that's lush. Wonderful. Right, has anybody been on to Twitter and seen... What do you think of the last one? Let me see who's watching. So 17,600. I've seen that wee video. 3,941 have seen the one below. There have been 261 media views and 33 engagements. So that's pretty good. So that message should be getting out there. And attention football fans, you should also be watching Scottie McClue live stream on your phones, laptops. Scottie McClue's live now. Welcome to the World's Top Talk Show. And there we are. And how many have seen that now? We've had quite a few shares. Wonderful. That is great, guys. So any more retweets, always welcome. Loved Good Night, Mr. Tom. Was it not just outstanding? David Jason's a top actor too. Another fantastic actor, David Jason. Yeah. Kavanagh QC. John Thaw. Again, wonderful. You can't beat a bit of Kunsel juice for a drink or water. Davy Young. Absolutely. Top man. Good for you. The Kunsel juice. You can't beat it. Kunsel juice. I think there's a website, Kunsel juice. Sure, I've seen it. Our late night stream is going to become regular, Scottie, says Glenn. Well, I was just trying it as a one-off, Glenn. I'm going to do one or two experiments just to see what happens. And I think we might be pleasantly surprised. Last night was just a peach of a broadcast. I mean, obviously you're on late, so people are asleep, but people just started to come and join me. Very, very interesting. We just had a very nice, gentle chat. Is it very dark tonight? Are the lights doing their stuff? Or are we a wee bit dark tonight? Kunsel Juice, I see that too, says Stephen Douglas. Good night, Mr. Tom. Great film. Fabulous film. Fabulous film, Catherine. John Thaw. Kavanagh QC. Do you remember the Sweeney? So that was John Thaw as well, as a young actor with Dennis Waterman, the Sweeney. So there we are. Glenn would get grounded for staying up that late, says Thomas. So they are, Thomas, what are you doing? What is it with you and Glenn? So there we are. When you do a late stream, will you let us all know on your 8 p.m. stream? Well, yes, Stephen, but I don't want people being kept up or waiting up or anything like that. It was quite nice just to do it. Just do it, as they say. So it was quite nice just to do it, just to pop up and do all that. Welly Song says, missing the Edinburgh Fringe, but all the artists I would be going to see are online. Yes, there's a lot more of this, Welly Song. I'm planning in my head all the time. How can I help the artists? And see, with this stream, it would be nice if they all wanted to come on and tell us about their performance. And I think we should do that. I should maybe let some of them know that we are on. So there we are, and they can come on and join us. Just do it, says Thomas. Absolutely. You liked that, Tam, didn't you? Do you remember the movie it was in? So there we are in our movie question. Thanks, Scottie, says Stephen Douglas. Not at all, Stephen. A privilege. There we are. He would get grounded by my friends, Scottie, on a dark alleyway in Sheffield. Oh, Glenn. That sounds a wee bit dark. So there we are. I think we'll take that one down. That sounds away. I know it's just banter, but we'll take that down. So there you are. Thomas, I suggest that you don't wind up Glenn. So there we are. I'll take that down, Glenn, because that's not you, your usual self. There's also the council karaoke, songs of praise. Have you noticed, though, when a religious program's on telly and the singing, it's all very straight-faced. Now, I've sung in choirs all my life, and I learned, like Ken Dodd, to sing in the church choir. I was a great one for sacred choral music, ecclesiastical music, and the liturgy, and the Ecclesiastes, and all that sort of idea, classical music, plain song, everything, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, the whole lot. But if you watch it, we were very cheerful. We were taught to smile as we sang. Obviously not if it was very serious, a funeral, and you were singing, Be Still My Soul or something. But if you're giving it Cum Ronda Laldi, smile, because, you want to say religion is fun. That sort of idea. If it's not fun, then why are we doing it? Although having said that, it wasn't a lot of fun for the Lord Jesus at the end. So there we go. I'll be taking that threat to the police. Erin has screenshot it. No, Thomas, we're not doing any of that. I'd rather ban the pair of you. Thomas has had it in for me since day one. Glenn, stop. Ignore it, the pair of you. So there we go. Yes, absolutely. Right, share now, please, everybody. I'd rather get rid of people, from the stream than have that kind of atmosphere about what you've just said and stuff, Thomas. That just ruins it for everyone. You know what I mean? And the same for you, Glenn. Just stop. There we are. Enya, Orinoco Flows, an awesome song. Beautiful, Enya, outstanding. I already have Kareem, so there we are. I love Enya. So smoothing music, yes. Share now, please, you all. So there we are. So, Glenn, I'll take that down as well. I've taken Thomas's comment down. And, no more of that, Thomas. There we are. Time out for Glenn. No. Stop, the pair of you. Or time out for you both. There we go. I'm not having that. Scottie, what happened? I missed it. It was in the background. Kareem, it was Glenn threatening Thomas and Thomas threatening Glenn about threatening. It's just wrong. I'm on to have a harmonious chat, Scottie. Okay, Tam. So let's have it. So less of all that. And same with you, Glenn. All right? Otherwise, the pair of you will have to do. Will you two stop being Muppets? You're ruining the mood here, says Davy Young. Yeah. Thomas and Glenn, you're ruining it for other people. Absolutely ruining it. spoiling the whole thing just out of wee bits of snide remarks. That we don't do that. So the next snide remark from either of you, and lifetime ban gone, finished. So there we are. We don't want that. We want harmony on here. All right. Okay, Tam, everything all right? So there we go. Right, Tam, stop it. Stop it. No more. Right? No negative comments from either. There we are. The peace pipe, boys, says Alistair Campbell. Absolutely. There we go. No, but Thomas, you've made all sorts of threats to Glenn in the past, and we don't want any of that at all. At all. Absolutely. I just won't have it. So there we are. Wonderful, Alistair Campbell. Thank you for that. You know, I mean, we discuss nice things on here. There's enough trouble in the world without two people on having a go at each other. All right? There's no need for it. Scottie, how was your day today? Let's leave them to fight it out in private on Facebook. Absolutely, Kareem. I'll have to put the two of them off the stream. Someone actually complimented me on my driving today. They left me a little note on the windscreen. It said, parking fine. So that was okay. McClue QC, says Thomas. Absolutely, Thomas. Quite right, too. 100% Kareem. I'm very, very good with my law, you know. I do know it. I used to have to quote it to people. 100% Kareem. Absolutely, says Stephen Douglas. Yes, it's terrible when there's always somebody thinks, let's ruin it for everybody else. It's always the minority ruining it for the majority. That was like these wee dafties that came on and swore when we had the Skype. You know, ruined it for nationally. It would have been fantastic. Everybody could have Skyped, but for these two wee dafties. And they thought they were going, they tried to cover their tracks. And of course, I get extra permissions. And I was able to find out exactly who it was. I was shocked. So there we go. So there we are. Brill just got that joke in there. Let's see, Davey. We love it. Somebody complimented me on my driving. They wrote on my screen, parking fine. I'm not trying to ruin anything. Let's make that clear, everyone. There we are. Well, don't, Thomas. No negative comments at all. No, he started it, a big boy done it and ran away. I'm going to take that threat here, screenshot, all that stuff. We don't, you know, that's just not good. Hello, is it a good podcast tonight? That's me just joining. Gordon Robertson. Welcome. Lovely to have you with us, you top man. Gordon, we did During the Night last night, and everybody's very chuffed about it. It was wonderful. I just popped up ad hoc. Do you like that one? See what I just did there, Gordon? 3:30 in the morning, stayed on till about 5. And we had incredible chat. A lot of very interesting people joined because I was just going to bed and I thought, let's just see. I wonder if people are about. And I thought, McClue, you will not know unless you try it. There we are. So you're with us, Gordon. Now, you've missed the first hour. Outstanding stream. I've had to pull up Glenn and Thomas for cheeking up to each other. So they're getting yellow cards. Big style. There we go. Fantastic. You know, we're putting a wee bit of a darkness on it. So very good podcast tonight, but we had to let the footballers know that they should be watching Scottie McClue as well as football because we lost half the stream when the football's on. Somebody, absolutely zero malice behind it, announced that there were two big teams playing and everybody vamoosed. They thought, what am I watching this for? Scottie, what's your views with exams at the moment? People complaining for the sake of it. Yes, Kareem, it's interesting because overall, the pass rate for exams has gone up. But in some cases, I was hearing that there had been a 15% differentiation. And I thought, I can't see that because the one thing that we must never, ever, ever lose from education or the game is up is a teacher's judgment. Yes, a teacher's judgment. That's the thing. Very, very powerful, very important. Scottie, I wish I was up for your early body pop-up. Oh, Kareem, you'd have loved it, but it's there. You can actually watch a bit of it. It's up now. So there we go. Can everybody see all the videos. So they are. I'm so lazy, I've got a smoke alarm with a snooze button. What do you like? Kareem, you were probably in the bath. So there we are. Just, Thomas, do you resent Kareem being extremely fastidious and clean? I've just finished cleaning my carpets with my new, what we got here? My new Platinum Carpet Shampooer. That's why I missed the first hour. It's been a great job of removing Oliver's wee stains. Yes, absolutely. What I did, I had a piece of, was it lino in the kitchen when Reith was up garden, and that made a huge difference. And there was a bit of old carpet, but I just dumped that at the end. But you'll have beautiful carpets, of course, that have been down for 30 years. I was watching an older stream last night, Scotty, had the live chat reply on it, but the only person who said hello was called FBI, with FBI logo as a picture, no other comments. And it's funny, Catherine, when people come on and that, it's the FBI here. School exams, easier than when we went to school. They're allowed calculators in maths. Yes, but Davy, have you looked at the questions? So there we are, some very, very advanced questions. Not in a shower and a full body groom, says Kareem. Aha, do you mind that, Tam? I said the same to Catherine. Go you, Kareem. You want a promise, Kareem, says Thomas. So there you go. Oh, fantastic. All right, Thomas, tot. Yes, tot, tottity tot. So there we are. Glenn's gone awfully quiet. Glenn, don't go quiet. It was just a wee pulling up there. Guys, that tweet is doing really well. If any of you have got a Twitter account, get on to @Scottie McClue and start retweeting. Just hygiene, really, says Kareem. Of course, Kareem. Light-hearted humour, says Thomas. Absolutely, but you did worry me when your last comment to Glenn Thomas. That was very worrying, because I thought, no, this is not what we're about at all. So there we are. So keep it light-hearted humour. I know, Thomas, I know, says Stephen Douglas. Absolutely. Yes, light-hearted humour. So there we go. So stick to it. It goes both ways, Tam, you know. Light-hearted humour. I'll just have a quick mop doon. Wonderful stuff. So there you are. So you can see it there. Scotty, apologise for being bang out of order. Not all, Glenn. That's it. Thomas, do you accept Glenn's apology? Can we draw a line under that now? Could we not have had exams held in a field? We have plenty. Well, Welly's song, very good. There's a lot to examine in a field. But the Scottish weather, I think it might have blown away some of the papers. You know, absolutely blew me away, that question. So there we are. That's very big of you, Glenn. That is a real big man. That just is the measure of you. So there we go. Fantastic. I know, Thomas, absolutely. That was directed at the comment about Kareem, the light-hearted humour. Yes, but do you accept Glenn's apology? And can we not have any more threats of doing this, that, and the next thing? Because that sounded dreadful. There we are. Bow is the dog tonight. Oh, how is the dog tonight? Mine have been acting weird. Well, I think the weather's very hot. Wee Clyde's been a bit flopped, you know. Oh. They're not so good with the heat, the dogs, you know, especially Labradors. I can always remember when I stayed out in the country and Old Lord Reith, and there was a flurry of snow. And next door to me was the vet. And I was so exhausted, I let him out, and then I fell asleep for an hour or two. And I heard, and I went outside, and there he was outside in the snow. Anyway, my neighbour was a vet, and he came up, and I said to my neighbour, I said, will he be all right? He said, what's wrong with you? I said, I forgot about the dog. I said, he's been out for an hour or so in the snow. He said, him, he can live outside. And of course, if you think about it, Labradors are called Labradors because they came from Labrador, and they were fishing dogs. So they swam with the net, and they used to take the net in their mouths and all swim away from the boat and stretch out the net. And that's how they got together. So they're big. They've got, they're like seals. They're very warm, but you always worry about your dog, My dog's been a pest. She's still in season, big hussy. Yes, Stephen, beautiful. They're fantastic animals. Absolutely, Kareem. So that was that. So it was wonderful. How lucky was I having a vet as a neighbour? I said, he's been out in the snow for an hour. I said, oh, he can live outside. He said he could have stayed out all night and not noticed it. And I said, oh, he was having a wee poison ass because he's wanting his breakfast. You've spoiled them. I've ruined 2 beautiful gun dogs just by hugging and kissing them. There we are. Fantastic. They help me with anxiety. Stephen, they will. Dogs are wonderful. All this kind of chat that you can't have animals in hospitals, it's not hygienic. I'm convinced, that certain dogs, particularly the likes of a Labrador, would help hospitals. I think old folks' homes should have a dog as well. I know a lady who's 96, and I was visiting her once, and my friend said, you couldn't, don't take the dog, something like, will the dog be all right? That was it. Will the dog be all right? I said, yes, the dog's fine, sleeping in the back of the car. And the windows are down, it's water and all this stuff. So that was that. And then I said, we're just seeing to the dog. And the lady at 96 said, well, why can't he come in? And she was delighted. He just went to sleep on her floor. And she loved having a Labrador because being 96, it was a while since she'd had dogs, but she'd had them for the rest of her life, her early life. God, is there any breed you would have liked to have? Kareem, I love them all. I had friends who had a Great Dane, and it used to take me for a walk. It was just a short lead, and it was right up past my waist. Gorgeous, gorgeous creature. Gentle creature, that sort of thing. I had terriers when I was wee, West Highland White Terriers, but I do love the labs. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, I've not had much time or felt so good. Stress is a bad thing. Murky Lago, stress is a bad thing, but we need to manage your stress. And I understand because one of your challenges is respiratory. That's going to stress you a little bit because you get short of breath. I used to have a flatmate, and I was telling him a joke one night, and I said, do you want to hear this joke? He went, yeah, but can you hurry up because I'm getting short of breath because his inhaler was outside of the car. And I said, for goodness sake, man, go and get it. That sort of idea. Dogs are fine, loving and loyal, but I prefer cats, more independent. Neil O'Gormley. I have no preference. I love all animals. I've had 2 Yorkies, Peggy Sue and Susie. Lovely. I love dogs. The wee Yorkies, Linda, I could just see you, the wee Yorkie. And did they love the accordion? My old Labrador, Lord Reith, when I played the piano key accordion, he would lie in the chair, he was sleeping on his paws, and as soon as I started to play, he sort of joined in with that kind of he'd sing along. I don't think it was an unhappy noise. He seemed to be quite jolly and everything with it, but he would sing along to the accordion. It must be a bit strange on the ears. Awesome, they're both bra breeds, says Stephen. So there we are, absolutely. German Shepherd, great dogs, Doberman and the German Shepherd. Yes, beautiful dogs. Used to be cattle dogs, didn't they? The German Shepherds, sheep dogs and cattle dogs. Tell you what was a cattle dog as well, the Corgi. Corgi was a cattle dog. They used to round up cows. I think cat owners are part-timers, lol, compared to dog owners. Well, the cat decides whether it's staying or whether it's going, doesn't it? Has anybody ever had a pet cat that's come and joined them for a few weeks and then just disappeared again? Dogs licking things like warts have been known to heal in many cases. Alistair Campbell, they will suss out something that's not right. A lady couldn't understand why her dog was being a bit off with her, and he'd sussed out that she had cancer. She started off going to the vet, and then somebody had a word, and that sort of thing. And I can remember one of my dogs was a little bit stressed, and I spoke to a vet who happened to be a vet in New York. And I said, oh, yes, he'd been having a go at his own paw. And she said, that sounds like stress. She said, I can't imagine any animal being stressed living with you. I said, well, I would hope not. She said, has there been any construction work near your home? And they were doing up a building right at the back of the house over about 6 months. So every time you heard these big boomf, the dog was, what was that? And of course, I hadn't thought about that. It had stressed the dog, wonderful, because they're so sensitive. I mean, some dogs, my old dog wouldn't go across a bridge. Very, very interesting. Wouldn't go across water. Cats, you can leave them to themselves. Dogs need more attention. Well, dogs like attention. So do humans. One of the reasons I think humans have dogs is the dogs give them attention and they don't cheek up. Catherine says, me too, Linda. My kids have taken the dog to live with them and the cats have a big space. I need to feel a house isn't a home till it's got a dog in it. Love them. Absolutely. I remember looking after my friend's dog, a big red setter, and they said, you're the only person we'd like to take the dog. I said, oh, I'll be delighted. Anyway, she came with me, a lovely red setter, and she was just a joy to stay with. And she had a habit of joining you in bed in the morning and going right down the bottom of bed, and you could put your feet on her. It was wonderful. So there we go. I suffer with a lot of stomach issues, and when I'm ill, my dog's never away from my stomach. She knows when I'm ill. Absolutely, Stephen Douglas. They're very, very clever. Very, very clever. Cats are more independent. They are, Glenn. They kind of look up, but they still need to have a nice home and a nice warm bed and lots of food. Very, very important, I think. So there you are. That tweet's doing very well, guys. If anybody's on Twitter, please, I beg of you, get sharing. Share. There we go. I wonder if that would do. Oh, yes, it might. Right, I'm gonna reshare that. I think that's fabulous. Right, and if you can all do the same, guys, we'll do another bit of sharing. That would be just outstanding. Oh, fantastic. Kareem says, whenever I've been ill, my dogs come and lie on me. It's as if they know. They will know, Kareem. They'll go, the big man's not himself today. Catherine says, my next door neighbour in Australia had a Rhodesian. I think she means Rhodesian. I think the predictive text got you a Rhodesian. A Rhodesian ridgeback. It would ever so slowly crawl up the hall till it reached the living room and ended up seeing him every day. Crazy dog. Fantastic. We love it. They are so clever. Pets, animals, miles ahead of us. So true, Kareem. Yes, my dog squashes me, says Stephen. Thanks, Scotty. Craig Cochran, the wonderful Craig Cochran. So here we are. The Batman came up to me and hit me over the head with a vase. And he went, to power. I said, don't you mean kapow? He said, no, I've got China in my hand. Woo! Craig Cochran, we love it. Dinky-Doo. There we go. If the bell hadn't been broken, I would ring the bell. I had a lovely little bell. And of course, it was glass, and I rang it one night, and it broke. Batman, oh yes. Batman. Anybody remember the Sunday afternoon one when it stopped and went kapow? All that sort of stuff. Holy broken bones. And they had to come on and make an announcement. Batman and Robin came on and made an announcement at the start. We have no supernatural powers. We cannot fly. Do be careful. Holy broken bones. All that sort of stuff. Holy smoke. Help us, Greyfriars, Bobby. Well, Magnus, now you are talking. Exactly. Greyfriars, Bobby. Davy Young says, when I had a stroke, my Rottie never left my side. Was my best mate, was closer to the dog than my ex-partner. Well, a lot of people are, you know what I mean? Dogs have masters. Cats have staff. Dogs have mistresses as well. There we are. No, maybe not go there. Sounds a bit strange. Count Morcilago, I had a giant rabbit that was like a dog and was house-trained. It was called Harvey, after the movie. Fantastic. We love that. So there we go. Guys, more sharing, please. I love that. Attention, football fans. I think we've maybe got them there. That was very, very good. I think we've got the massage. Do you think they've got the massage? We'll have one more share and let everybody know. Oh, I need another half dozen likes, please. Like. Now, guys, last week we might have to, please, I beg, Massive O, you don't need to beg. How should we go by the autograph? Well, we'll find out by email and we'll get it out to you. That's the best plan, because I told you what you're getting. Please, I beg you, never, ever need to beg Massive O. And I told you the one you're getting. Need another half dozen likes. Who's not clicked the thumbs up? Any subscribers tonight? It breaks my heart when I go off and there's like 2 subscribers or no subscribers. I find it very difficult how you can have 1,000 people watching something, which is what we're getting. 1,500, 3,000 the other day. 3,000 watching and the subscribers stay the same. So they're actually not subscribing. They're just saying, I don't bother with that. You know? So why not? So there's what you're getting. All right. Are you quite happy about that message? Oh, yes, that's the one from the old Scott FM days. Have I aged terribly, do we think, guys? Hey? Old McClue, can you tell it's McClue? There we go. Can you still tell? Wonderful. That is 26 years ago. 26 years, and it's been a tough 26 years, I can tell you. So true, Neil. My daughter's cat's bossing the Alsatian dog about. I love it. I had a cat lived next door to me in Yorkshire, and I was out walking Reith one night, and he saw the cat, and he sort of strained at the lady, went like this, and I said, bro, no, boy. And the cat, instead of running, stood its ground and arched its back and went, and I was looking at Ruth as if to say, what are you playing at? You don't speak to cats like that if you're a dog. And what was interesting was this cat lived with dogs and just couldn't understand why the dog was appearing hostile. So that was that. So very, very interesting. It shows 26 on the live chat. It does, Stephen. But what happens is sometimes up to 3,000 visit the site during the day. And I saw the other night that over 300 had seen the live stream. So people must be looking afterwards as well. Also, I don't know if it registers if you're not logged in. Does it? So there's something going on. Yeah, because I can tell you, I'll just do a bit more sharing. One more share. I'll tell you where we'll share. Oh, that's a bit strange. Where's that come from? My goodness me. I'll just share that then, and we'll see what happens. Wow. Right. Excellent stuff. No, I'll tell you what's very, very interesting. We need to get to the bottom of this. I've got about 500,000 people have viewed the site. Yeah. So that's a bit more than the 28. So you always get that. That's Preston back in lockdown. I know, Thomas, I know Preston so well. Poor Preston. Linda Thane, does anyone like horses? My friend does too. They're beautiful creatures. I watched the film War Horse and shed tears at the end. Linda Thane. Warhorse is brilliant. The most fantastic film. Of course, Peter Mullen in it. And you'll know all these people, Linda. Absolutely fantastic. But what a superb actor. And we see him in Sunshine on Leith. It's over and done with. Fantastic. But what was that like? Scottie, what's the plans for next week's feeds? Karima, I think we'll have to play it by ear, but I shall keep everybody informed. And I think what we should do is at least have one a week. What do you say? That sort of idea. I wondered about one day just going on for the day to see what the best time was. Linda, I had 2 horses, but I got rid of them as I hated the smell of them. Well, I can remember meeting a guy who was in tears and he was very down. He was sitting on a park bench. I said, "Are you all right?" They went, "No." I said, "Would you not be better going home?" He said, "Can I go home?" I said, "Why not?" He said, "Terrible smell in the house. My wife's got cats." I said, "Well, could you not open the window?" He says, "What, and let all my pigeons out?" My cat thought it was a dog. We went for a walk. Every time we took the dogs, the cat came with us. I've had that, Davy. When I stayed out in the countryside, a wee black cat followed me all the way on my walk, and I tried to shoo it home. I said, "Go on, you stay way back." Meow. Followed me and then disappeared. And I went back home and I said, "I've lost the cat." Said, "She followed me out." My friends, that's that stuff. What do you like? And then he goes to the phone and comes back and says, "Thanks very much." I said, "What did you do?" He said, "I just phoned the farm down the road. They've got her." Scottie, will there be a wee clip tonight? Oh, I think so, Kareem. It would be rude not to. Any more likes? Give me another half dozen likes and we'll get a clip on the go. Linda, my mum loved pictures of wild horses running. I remember we had a large one over the fireplace when I was wee. Do you remember Black Beauty? I loved them. Anna Sewell was Black Beauty, wasn't it? Loved the theme tune to that as well. Was Desmond Llewellyn was he the colonel in Black Beauty? He was in Black Beauty, I'm sure of it. And Desmond Llewellyn was the early Q in the James Bond movies, and he was so good. Please, Bond, do stop. What was it? Bond was trying stuff out, and Q goes, "Grow up, 007. Sunshine on Leith was a brilliant film, superb movie. Scottie, when are people going to be sensible regarding lockdown? Glenn, I don't know. That's a very, very good question. Good for you, sir. An excellent question. When can we get, you see, but you've got these, they're described on social media. You've probably seen this as COVIDiots. And they've got a kind of rebellious nature about them, like all these idiots that met in London objecting to the lockdown, and that probably shoved the virus rate right up. So they're just not thinking about other people. That's your problem. We see it occasionally on here with the odd person. They're thinking about them. They're not thinking about other people. Very rarely, but we do see it, that sort of idea. I saw Peter in Orphans. Oh, Magnus, yes, anything. These sort of actors, I'm saying these actors, but I mean, all actors are one-offs, and we don't value our actors anything like we should do, and theatres don't, and people don't. I mean, I was hearing today about people being made redundant, and I thought, we need to put a stop to this. This is people who have done nothing wrong, losing their jobs, losing their money, being punished in some way. We need to get a grip of this and look after the people. Fantastic, I mean, just look after them. My friend had an English setter, says Mokilago. It was born deaf but loved to watch fireworks. But many people used to complain to say it was cruel until they realized he was deaf. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. What do you call the English setter if it's born in Scotland, says Davy Young? It's an English setter, the same as a Rhodesian Ridgeback, a German Shepherd, you know, that sort of idea. Woo! What was that one? Oh, yes. We had a visit from a German Shepherd this week, but he had to go home because he had to attend to his sheep or something like that. Can't remember the one. It was quite funny. I prayed for a bike when I was a kid, but I knew God didn't work like that, so I stole one and asked for forgiveness. What are you like? The little one that wrote to God and said, right, God, I've kept my half of the bargain now. How about the bike? Scottie, I'm going to miss you and your nightly pop-ups. I know, Kareem, we'll miss everybody on here. That's why I didn't want a row between these two characters tonight. Dreadful. You know, I didn't want anything spoiled with people trying to be funny. Black Beauty Stable was in Wilsaw near Birmingham. Stables were very small. Absolutely, David. Yes, I mean, that beautiful horse. Follyfoot, says Grobler, had a cracking theme tune, The Lightning Tree. Was it that one? Follyfoot, something like that. I remember it. Follyfoot. I had a cat years ago that followed my friend all the way to Burnbank. It was raining. It went under a car and he wouldn't leave her until she came back in a taxi next day. I had friends who had a dog who was an absolute scream. He was 57 varieties, I think. Lovely wee dog. And what he used to do, he would go out for a walk. He was fine on his own. You see these dogs very careful crossing the road and they run off and they're on their own. And so he would go for a walk. Then he would come back in a bus. And what he did was, when everybody was getting on the bus, he popped in, obviously at foot level, at dog height level, and went under a seat. And he would kip under the seat. And then when it got to his stop, he knew where his stop was. When it got to the stop before, he would suddenly appear on the bus. So when the bus took off from the stop before his, he would appear out from the seat and sort of start sniffing around and make a bit of a nuisance of himself. And they had the clippies on the buses in these days. And the conductors would say, whose dog is this? Is this anybody's dog? And everybody would go, right. And when the bus stopped at the next stop, which was the dog's stop, she would go on, shoo, shoo, off you go. And he would just pop off. It's so clever. Genius, genius, genius. Do you think we should introduce a curfew, Scottie, for those who rebel? Absolutely, Glenn Peacock. I mean, I think there does have to be proper punishments. I mean, politicians are very reluctant to do anything these days that makes them look unpopular. You know, I mean, we've been promised Brexit and all that, and Brexit, and of course we know Brexit is not going to be good for the country, all that sort of idea, and then people are now up in arms because they didn't get what they voted for, you see? And this is going to be the whole thing. So politicians don't like to be unpopular, but we do need to come down a bit heavy on people and say, no, don't do that, you'll get the jail or whatever. So there we are. Gordon Robertson. Nicola was pure billing the day, but managed to bite her tongue. She should put her foot down and stop all football. Gordon Robertson, yes. Those players would be hated. Everyone would behave after that. Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, we don't want anybody to be hated, but I understand exactly where you're coming from, Gordon. Very important. And I think also that, but I don't think it would have made her too popular to ban all football just there and then. But having said that, that was what we were talking about earlier tonight somebody had announced that a game was on and it was big players and everybody vamoosed from the stream. So that's why I posted, you know, all football people, you should be watching Scottie McClue as well. And I would love this stream to be widened so that we can have people from showbiz letting us know how it's all going, how they're feeling about the fact there's no Edinburgh Festival at the moment, that sort of idea. Craig, your jokes are great. I always enjoy them. Gordon Robertson, you're 100%. Craig, yes, from all of us, don't not tell your fabulous jokes. We love them. My partners in Poland, says Murkilago, has a wired-haired fox terrier. Interesting. A wired-haired fox terrier. I think the predictive text got you. It's bilingual. It understands Polish and Geordie English. Yes, they do. I mean, dogs understand English. I mean, I just talk to mine all the time in a Scottish accent, and he knows absolutely fine. I told you my friend, his dog, he was talking to me, and his dog was quite a way back in his office, eating a bone, chewing a bone, and the bone had sort of been chewed to bits. And as he was talking to me, he said, so what are you going to be doing that next week then? Right, leave that now. He didn't even look. I shouldn't even look, because he didn't even look. He went, right, leave that now. Just like that. As part of the conversation, and the dog left the bone, and he got up and got a wee dustpan and brush and swept up the wee chips. That cat used to walk behind the dog, was me and my daughter behind me, then the dog, then the cat behind her. What a sight. The cat kept pinching food on the neighbour's window ledge. Some stuff. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Guys, more likes if you're in the mood would be lovely. You can always cope with a wee like. Mad C211. I bought a horse last week and called her Mayo. And mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. I see what you just did there. We absolutely love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mad C 2011. What do we got here? Thanks, Gordon, says Craig. Absolutely, Craig. You are very much appreciated. Scottie, I can't see football fans allowed back in stadiums by October. Can you? No, it's very strange. What would you do if, let's just say for talking's sake, that the politicians decided to ban football altogether? Would you miss it, right? Yes, no, all that sort of stuff. When I was young, I wanted a monkey. My dad was all for it, but Mum said, no way. The rest of it. I met a chaplain Thane from Scandinavia, and I said, are you from Denmark? And he went, no way. I just made that up. Yes, absolutely. No, but a monkey. I know that when my uncle was deep sea, they had a monkey on board ship, and somebody had taught the monkey to smoke. How horrible is that? And when they were getting the fags out, the wee monkey would, give it a wee puff of their fag. On Brexit, so there we are. Michael Heseltine said David Cameron's mistake was listening to public opinion. Alistair Campbell, I have to say, if Michael said that, I have to say I agree with him. I've always liked Michael. Very clever man, great entrepreneur, and a man of great principle as well. But they should never, ever have gone to the country because people don't know enough about it. And that's not insulting people. They just don't know enough about it. It's a bit like if I was the chief engineer of a cruise ship and somebody said, excuse me, are you the engineer? We're disturbed a little in our cabin by the note of the engines. And I said, as the chief engineer, I said, Well, okay, love, I said, if you can do it better, pop down the engine room and fix it. You know? Well, I don't know anything about engines. And saying to the people, do you want to leave the European Union? Because we pay them a lot of money. And I go, oh, aye. Would you like to get your country back? Oh, aye. And would you like control over your borders? Oh, aye. You know, without knowing anything about it. So over the last 50 years, the UK, which was nearly bust when it joined the EU, when we wanted to join the common market, Charles de Gaulle, President de Gaulle of France, said no. So the English, the British were not allowed to join the common market. Eventually, we begged and we got in and got accepted. Then over 50 years, we sat at the high table. And we ended up, along with our dear friends and allies, Germany, controlling over 30% of the world's top trading bloc. Then, because of a party spat, they said, right, well, we'll go to the country, see what the people say. So, of course, if you fire people up with all that xenophobia and the Alf Garnett stuff, they're going to say, oh, get away from all that Europe, get away from them and us. That Europe lot, it's our Europe. We built it, and we were right at the top table there. We held all the cards. We just threw the whole lot away. And the politicians let us. What they should have said, even when they got it, if it had been, it was a close-run thing anyway, and what they could have said is, thanks very much for letting us know. We'll bear that in mind. Yeah? That would have been the thing. But leaving a market of 28 countries, 510 million people, all that clout, that market, Europe can go to America and say, here's the deal. Europe can go to China and say, here's the deal. China can go to Europe and say, here's the deal. America can go. And then people say, I will do it. WHO, right? WTO, World Trade Organization rules. We've always had that. We want our sovereignty back. We've never lost our sovereignty. We want our country back. We've never lost our country. It hasn't been anywhere. You see, all that sort of idea. So once you start getting that into people's heads, and of course the money people were saying, you know, we want to get out of this lot because they're going to start bringing in rules. We'll end up paying tax. All that stuff. Get them out. You know, that sort of idea. And, you know, they should have gone and renegotiated the whole thing. Absolute madness. But when you say listen to public opinion, democracy, 1.2 million was the majority. And because of that 1.2 million, on almost 70 million have lost their European citizenship, and almost 70 million, 4 countries are being dragged out of Europe, 3 of them against their will. Is that democracy? Yeah, so there we are. See what you think. I am no politician. I am apolitical, as you know. I have no agenda. I have no great interests or anything like that, but those are the facts. So there we go. And you know, look at what's happened with illegal immigrants. We've lost our clout in Europe, so they're coming over by the boatload now. Now, we do need to repopulate the country. We've got lots of work that needs to be done. You'd have to process all these people, send back the ones that you think there's nothing can be done here. There's nothing we can offer here. But remember, this country was built on immigration. That's the lifeblood. And when you talk about people coming in from abroad, are you talking about the Romans, the Vikings, the Celts, the Scots, the Picts, the Angles, the Saxons? Who else? You know, everybody coming in, people from France, from Italy. I mean, most of your English people are actually French or German or Italian or Spanish or whatever. What difference does it make? Let's build up our economy. That's the way to become a strong country. And let's stick together. Winston Churchill must be spitting spinning in his grave, because his greatest wish was to have a peaceful, united Europe with the UK at its heart. There you are. See, I told you. And a European army with a single commander. Yeah, that's what he said, 1948, Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill. And he will just be spinning in his grave about all this Brexit, about us selling ourselves out, surrendering to the hooray Henrys who have got their hands up your back. Working you from the back. Absolutely. Right, Scottie, I'll say good night. I'll be on at 8 tomorrow for a wee chat with everyone. Final chat of the lockdown. Absolutely, Kareem. Good night, Kareem. Good night, Kareem. Lovely having you with us. There used to be brass monkeys on board the old ships. The monkey was a brass tray which held the cannonballs. Gordon Robertson, you are 100% correct. And when people say it would freeze the balls off a brass monkey, people think it's rude. They don't realize that when the weather changed, the brass plate would start to contract, and that would allow the cannonballs to roll off it. It would buckle with the temperature. So there we are. You're 100%, Gordon Robertson. To Catherine, yes. Gordon, what about this one? That's taken the guilt off the gingerbread. Okay? Work out that one and let me know. What was the gingerbread? To Catherine, yes, she understands me very well, but I think she was programmed but never got the chance to understand English till I met her, says Murcielago. So there we go. Linda Thane says, Michael Jackson had a pet chimp. Fantastic. Yes, a chimpanzee. They're so beautiful. Good night, Kareem. Good night, Kareem. What was the name of the chimp in the Clint Eastwood movies? Stephen Douglas says, was that not Clyde? Clyde, I think, was the chimp. He was brilliant as well. Clint Eastwood, fantastic. Anybody ever see The Bridges of Madison County? How's that for a movie? Eh? I tell you. There we are. Count, says Catherine. The chimp was called Clive. No, I think it was Clyde, Davy, was it not? Or was it Clive? Night, Stephen, and all. Night, Kareem, Dinky-Doo. It was Clyde, Stephen, says Murcielago. I think it was Clyde, Stephen, says Craig. Yes, thanks, Davy. Night, night, Kareem. Take care of your dear self. Join us tomorrow. That would be fantastic. My spelling's crap, says Davy. Thanks, all. He was so beautiful. You're fine, Davy. My Spanish aunt had a pet monkey. Her mother didn't like it as the monkey would pull her hair and scare her. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I'll just need to have a wee second. Here we go. Fantastic. Wonderful. Just give us a wee second. Just had a wee comfort break there. Quick mop down. Absolutely. Can't believe how quick tonight's stream's gone, so Stephen. It's been fantastic on here tonight. Has it not just been a belter, Stephen? If you're anything like me, you think, can it get any better? And it just seems to. It's wonderful, you know? Absolutely. The bikers in the movie, Any Which Way But Loose, Right Turn Clyde. I think the same monkey was in the Cannonball Run 2, driving the car. Cannonball Run 2. Fantastic. Seen in the news today about the illegal immigrants, and there was a pregnant woman on one of those small boats. I know, Stephen, it's so dangerous. But you see, what happens is, you know, the West has gone and stirred up all the trouble in their countries, and their countries have got so dangerous, they want to come to the UK, you know? And, I mean, the UK is built on immigration. So is America, you know? Did I tell you, I posted it up on Facebook, but did I tell you, I think I may have, that Bonnie Prince Charlie was offered the kingship of America after 1776, the War of Independence. Is that not amazing? That War of Independence, although they had Independence Day was the 4th of July, 1776, you still had little battles breaking out. I think the siege of Yorktown was much later. You should be advising the Gov, says Magnus. Yes, sometimes, Magnus, I think I should. You know, I think I actually should. Somebody once paid me a huge compliment. He said, I don't know how you're not a multi-millionaire, because you're no a silly fellow. Isn't that lovely? Why are you stopping the great chats, Scotty? Captain Contagious, it's only if, you know, I need to go back to my day job and stuff like that, and we don't manage to get round to it, but they've been fantastic. I mean, we just started it one-off to see what would happen, and we're now well into the 70s with this. This must be about stream 75 or 80 now, you know? It's incredible. And I popped up during the night last night just to see what's happening, and that was wonderful as well. You'll see it up there. Night, Craig, says the wonderful Kareem. Night, Kareem. There's a couple of brass monkeys up where I stay. Unsavoury characters, Scotty. I understand William Wallace, but you'll take no nonsense from them. So there we go. William Wallace, do you know that in Straven, I got this on the radio. Guy phoned me on the radio, super guy, Robert, and he told me that in Straven, there's the Cadger's Bridge. And the Cadger used to cadge food and stuff off people because the Cadger was Sir William Wallace on the run, dressed up as a tramp. So never underestimate the tramp. The tramp has not always been a tramp. There we are. Right turn, Clyde. Clint Eastwood directed the film An American Sniper. Brill film. Clint Eastwood is outstanding. Clint Eastwood is in my favourite one, Where Eagles Dare. Lovely. Guys, more sharing. The Dukes of Hazzard. Love the Dukes of Hazzard. Who liked Boss Hogg? Boss Hogg. Streams will get bigger and better, 100%. Do you know, Stephen Douglas, I think they actually will. And somebody was saying the other day, Scotty, it's summer. We're in the middle of COVID. Just because we're in the middle of COVID, don't think that everybody's on social media. People are doing different things in their houses, you know. So we'll see when the winter comes in, when, you know, the cold, long nights, and everybody might fancy a wee cheery up, a wee chat, you know, that sort of idea. So it's just a thought. Clint Eastwood film Gran Torino was really good. If anyone's not seen it, Craig Cochran, you are such a top man. Thoroughly appreciate your company on here, as we do everyone. Tremendous. So there we are now. MMS, I can't actually advertise a big company like that, so I'll need to take that out. Sorry. Gingerbread, it would be guilt as opposed to guilt. So it would be to take the shine off something enjoyable, I reckon. Gordon Robertson, you're 100% correct on the GILT. The guilt of the gingerbread. Right. Picture an old 1700s man-o'-war, right? A British ship, a big wooden sailing ship. The kind that Captain Hornblower would be on. Go to the stern of that ship, and there's like a wee hoose, which was the captain's cabin at the stern, and the officer's accommodation. The crew's accommodation would be very rough, and it would probably be up forward where the ship was cutting through the waves. So it would pick up all the weather. But the officers and the captain's quarters were at the stern of the ship, and they just looked like a wee house with, you know, window latches and all that. You'll have seen the wee 4-pane windows. And round about that was a lot of ornamental styling. And in your ships of the Royal Navy, it was very often gilded, gold leaf and things like that. Now, if they were coming alongside in a big sailing ship, you had to drop the sails. Remember, no engine, no power. And the stern got battered against the harbour or the pier, somebody would say, well, that's taking the gilt off the gingerbread. So the wee fancy house with all the decorative gilding was known as the gingerbread. You see? It was decorated like a gingerbread. So there you go. Hi, Scottie. Have you chased anyone with right-wing opinions? Doesn't go. Have you, Scottie? Hi, Scottie. You have chased anyone with right-wing opinions. Doesn't go for a good discussion. You have chased anyone with right... I've chased people. Who have I chased? We don't do politics, obviously, Charles, but no, I mean, have you got right-wing opinions? I mean, come and tell us what you're thinking about. We'll have a good discussion. So absolutely, I was just telling you. It's not, I mean, don't think Brexit's to do with right-wing and left-wing, because it's not, you know. What I would have done, though, if I'd been the head of the Labour Party, was I would have stood up, and when the Tories said, let's get Brexit done as their slogan, I would have said, let's get Brexit dumped as mine, if I'd been running the Labour Party. If I'd been running the Tories, and as I say, I am apolitical, so it doesn't matter either way, then, you know, I don't think I would have made Brexit a big thing. Because remember, the Tory government advised the people very strongly to remain in the EU, you know. So I don't think there's anything right-wing about Brexit, but the money people will be the winners and the people who voted will lose out. I've seen your post about Bonnie Prince Charlie. That surprised me. Me too, Stephen Douglas, being offered the King of America. But the reason he turned it down, he said to the Americans, go ahead with your republic, because when I die, I may be replaced with a Hanoverian king, and you will be back to where you were. Britain will still own America. That sort of thing. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. How's your head feeling now, Stephen? And I'm also fascinated about Bonnie Prince Charlie. I may have told you this before, but I can remember an old guy I knew in Edinburgh had written to an abbot, and the abbot's grandfather knew Bonnie Prince Charlie and remembers him walking about Rome. So I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy who knew Bonnie Prince Charlie. 3 generations, right? Going back like that. 1786, I think Charlie died. We'll be on Monday, Scottie. Hopefully, Glenn. Yes, absolutely. What's the day job, Scottie? Can we maybe do it as a weekly thing? Captain Contagious, we are talking about that, a weekly pop-up, because it's fascinating who comes on. I love to see every day. And I've been bowled over by the fact that although the audiences aren't through the roof yet, I think they will be. If everybody knew this was on, trust me, we would have a massive audience for it, because this is proper broadcasting. It's about people. I was listening to a talk radio station, which shall be nameless, and they were having all sorts of politicians on, all sorts of political discussions, and I thought, that's not talk radio. And as a very, very senior person once said, what Scottie McClue does, that's talk radio. So there you are. So very, very interesting. Good, Stephen. The Cadgers in the Canongate, says Alistair Campbell. Well, Alistair Campbell, if you know about the Canongate, the old boy that I knew was the minister of the Canongate Kirk from 1936. Ronnie Selby Wright, Ronald William Vernon Selby Wright, Ronnie Wright, and he'd been the moderator of the Church of Scotland. But far more importantly, during the Second World War, he was known as the Radio Padre, and he broadcast right across all the BBC channels as the Radio Padre. And he wrote books like Questions Soldiers Asked, More questions soldiers asked. Soldiers also asked. And he toured all the commands. And so he was an army chaplain, and he was the radio padre. But he was also the minister of the Canongate Kirk from 1936 to about 76, maybe later, 1980. Can't remember. Long time. And he was a big figure in Scotland as well. He was quite a character. His sermons were very, very good, by the way. And he, of course, knew absolutely everybody, and he wrote to the abbot, who was one of the Hunter Blairs, who ran the big abbey school at Fort Augustus at the time, which had a bit of a sad end. Anyway, Abbot Hunter Blair, who I think was a Benedictine OSB, he was of the Hunter Blair family, the aristocratic family, and his grandfather knew Bonnie Prince Charlie. I think that was the connection. I remembered seeing him walking about Rome. Incredible. And the abbot was born, Abbot Hunter Blair was born, I think, in 1854. So I don't know when his grandfather was born. But the guy that baptized me when I was a baby, he was born in 1864, and he was 92 when he baptized me. And apparently nearly drowned my father with a big handful of water. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. Did you know about the poltergeist that haunted a young girl in 1960 at SCOTTIE Primary School? I did not, Stephen Douglas. Fantastic. Very interesting. Not fantastic for the poor girl. Every day is a school day, says William Wallace. Oh, William Wallace, what? On here especially. Information, education, entertainment, the hallmark of Scottie McClue. Less than 5 minutes left of the stream, says Stephen Douglas. Catherine's laughing. Stay on, Scottie, says Catherine. If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean that one enjoys it? This is well, it's the old one, isn't it? You know, I mean, what was wrong with you? I had a bad cough. Have you ever met anybody with a good cough? You know, it's that idea. I had a bad back. You know, he's away home with his back. Well, how was he going to go home without it? I went on the replica Endeavour, oh yes, at Whitby Bay. It was beautiful, says Shelby. Sculptures and smell of timber. Very clean, and advise people to have a look if you visit the Endeavour. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, the Endeavour was, don't tell me, was the Endeavour the one that went for the evolution guy? Was that on the Endeavour? Who went in the Endeavour? The Mayflower left from the East Coast, didn't she? The Mayflower was the Pilgrim Fathers. The Golden Hind was Francis Drake. The Santa Maria, that was Columbus. The Endeavour was the Endeavour. The Endeavour was Captain Cook on his way to Australia. Is that right? Have I got that right? So there we are. Wonderful, wonderful. Ireland, said David Young. The Discovery in Dundee is always a good visit. Yes, I was on the Discovery when she used to lie at the Embankment in London. Let's have your views, Charles, says William Wallace. Yes, come on, Charles. Don't be shy. Keep up the great work, big man. Take care, Scottie. Have a great weekend. And Dinky-Doo, Glenn Peacock, you're a top man. Please don't think anything of all that carry on earlier. It's just I can't have an unharmonious stream. I don't find it as funny as Thomas obviously does. And of course, his comment just floored me. You know, I thought, oh no, this is just wrong. Seeing that after 9 going to 10, the viewers spike, maybe starting later would be okay. Well, we might start later, you know, we'll see. Lots of love, Scottie. Night, 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 night to the wonderful Linda Thane. Bless you. Thank you for all the joy you have brought to millions, Linda. You're an angel. And please tell Anna that we're asking for her and send her lots of love as well. Good night, Linda. Night, Stephen. Night, Craig. Who baptized you, Scottie? I missed that. It was an old Gallic minister who was born in 1864. There we are. And he was 92, I think, when he baptized me. Scottie, I agree there should be tens of thousands watching you. I believe it will happen. Charles McLaughlin, bless you. I think it will happen as well. And you can come on and give us a good argy-bargy. We don't mind, Charles. Very, very interesting. You know, Andrew Downey, top man, build it and they will come, Scottie. I've been listening when working in the garden. Top chat, sir. Can we get some studio guests on for a debate night? Do you know, I was thinking about that as well. What would be good during the Edinburgh Festival that's not happening is some of the actors and performers gave us a wee Skype and had a chat. So we'll maybe get that out there. Night, Catherine. Stay on till 11, Scottie, says Craig. Captain Cook founded Australia. Absolutely, Shelby. And that was the Endeavour, wasn't it? Have I got that right? Yes, Cook went to Oz and New Zealand, says Mercalago. Haste you back, says the wonderful Alistair Campbell. Should you guess that's a great idea? Or on video call with Scottie. Yes, Catherine, get some of the performers on. Anybody that wonders about my interviews, listen to the one with David Heyman. So just put into your YouTube, Scottie McClue talks to David Heyman, actor, and that will come up. Love you, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Spencer Senior, Dinky-Doo to you, sir. And lots of love and blessings to you, Spencer. Yo, Scottie, says Carol Donnelly. Absolutely, Carol Donnelly. Carol Donnelly, it was lovely to have you on at 4 o'clock in the morning. What an amazing stream that turned out to be. Wow, I could not believe it. So there we are. Yo, Scottie, absolutely. Right, we'll have to dash for now. We are out of time. But don't let that deter you from joining us tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock. And we might go a bit later tomorrow just to see. I maybe do wee experiments and pop up and see who's about. You're welcome, Scottie. I can never miss you, says Carl Donnelly. I've watched that one, Scottie. It was really interesting. Thanks, Catherine. Nighty-night and Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Good night, Scottie. Good night, Stephen. It's been such a great night that there's not been a clip. Busy, busy bumblebee. We missed our clip. Yes. Are you doing 3:30 a.m. later? No, Magnus, I'll not do that tonight. But it was wonderful to do that. And there might be more of that as well. And everyone, good night, everyone. Don't worry, we'll be there, Scottie. Andrew Downey, you're a top man. Thank you to you and to your wonderful family. Tell them I am asking for them. Give them a big hug. Well, of course, we're social distancing. So tell them I'm asking for them. That's the stuff. Dinky-Doo, says Aaron Shabir. Aaron, lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. It's been brilliant again. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Wonderful to have you all with us. And thanks again, folks. Join us tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp. We will sort out different times for different streams. And if we have to call a halt, because of the day job or something like that, then we'll come on certain streams, and I'll keep changing the thumbnails. Have a good look round. There's about 1,000 videos for you guys. As everybody subscribe, please convince people to subscribe. Goodbye, Scottie. This is the wonderful Gordon Robertson. Everyone enjoyed the chit chat as always. Me too, Gordon. Bless you. Dinky-Doo. We'll be on at 3:30. No, I don't think we'll be doing 3:30. The wonderful Susan Forrest in Lancashire says 10 till midnight tomorrow. So there we are. Well, what we might do, Susan, is a wee pop-up and then say that we'll pop up later. Say hi to Gordon Senior, says Spencer. Absolutely. Gordon, hi to you, Dinky-Doo, Gordon Senior. I was having a laugh at the wee pop-up last night, says Catherine. Yes, you can still see it, Catherine. It's up in the ones to watch. So it's out there as well. I know everybody gets a lot of Scottie McClue stuff, but just go with it. Let the ads play out. That makes a huge difference as well. Susan, great idea, says Catherine. Yeah, but Susan, I can't just not pop up at 8 or people will think, What's happened? Where is he? Unless we let everybody know it was 10. I don't know. We shall see. Yes, it's a thought. But can we just pull off that kind of change? So we are. Can we do that? Go on later. I once did go on a Saturday night, and it was fantastic. A lot of guys joined, and we discussed motor cars. Good things are happening, Scotty. Alistair Campbell, they most certainly are. I think you and I are septic because this is absolutely huge. Glenn Peacock says, I'm gutted I missed the early hours pop-up. No, but you can see it, Glenn. It's there. It's live in the videos. So if you look, Scottie McClue, late night video talk show. Scottie McClue, late night video talk show. The wonderful Charles McLaughlin. Good night, Scotty. Thanks for all the effort you put in to entertain us. We appreciate it. Thank you, Charles McLaughlin, for all your support over the years. Wonderful man. That was good, Glenn. I'll tell you, yes, Catherine joined us. The wee soul, she was absolutely shattered. I thought she'd been in her bed and got up early to do her high dusting. 8 till 12, a marathon of quality chat and banter. Craig Cochrane, you are the man for quality chat and banter. Night, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, big man. Night, Glenn. Take great care of your dear self. Top man. Right, that's it. Shall I say the goodbye song or sing it? What do we think? Gordon says it makes him sad and it helps if we see it. Or shall I just say that I'll join you all tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and until then, ta-ra, lads. As we say in the best of circles, Dinky-Doo. Thank you very much. We should meet in a nice pub with a beer garden, get tunes in the box. It'd be a great event. Sing it, says Craig. Oh, all right. Oh, if you insist. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Avita, au revoir, and a cheerio. Night, my loves. Take great care of your dear selves. Stay fabulous. Stay safe. Stay Dinky-Doo. And as we say in the best of circles, ta-ra, lads. Night, folks.